different people who your volunteers have contacted, what they're interested in doing. So did they say at the door that they want a long sign on their property, if they want to donate, if they want to volunteer, their contact information, their supporter level. So if there's someone who is likely to be a supporter who makes sense for you to re-engage again, and any relevant notes. So potentially different issues that they care about, how they want you to refer to them, say via an email or a call, what they're passionate about, what to bring up in future follow-ups.
And this just makes your life so much easier when you get at the vote stage and you want to figure out who do I talk to and get them to the polls, make sure that I'm following up with them until I confirm that they voted. It just simplifies your life quite a bit. And so that's where we go into this next stage of using these notes and this data that you've collected. And here's just a quick example of a follow-up email that you could send the night of talking to a person. So that you go canvassing, your volunteers come back, they've got some great people that are kind of priority follow-ups, or they've indicated they're a supporter. You could set up an automated template here that would pull from this data that the volunteers collected in the form. So after you clean it, you give it the heads up, and then it immediately follows up to that person, introducing yourself, like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm the candidate. I heard you talk to our volunteer today. Thank you so much for taking that time. You can learn more about me here at my website. And then in the signature, you can kind of prompt them, oh, if you would like to get involved, and you just have like very quick, easy call to action. So donate, volunteer, get a sign. As it's not like being in their face and saying like, hey, do you want to donate to me? Hey, do you want to volunteer on the very first touch point? But it's like this subtle thing at the bottom of your email that can prompt them to go down one of these workflows that you have set up on your website to get them to donate, get them to sign up to be a volunteer, or get them to pick a sign, put in their address, and then have whoever is responsible for signs on your campaign to go out to their spot and give that to them. So this is an example of how you can use that data that's collected during the canvass to immediately follow up and kind of re-engage someone and get their support, hopefully kind of bump them up a level, because they see, oh, wow, this person I just talked to at the door today, and the candidate's already following up. It just feels really good for that voter. So yeah, now we're going to shift into, we've got a few minutes left here, just talking about how can we as Future of Engagement support you going forward. So I'm going to pass it to Haman here, who's muted. So
Awesome, I'm good. So basically what we're working on is building a campaign in a box for first-time candidates and even repeat candidates to be able to just get started efficiently and effectively. Initially, it's like, I want to run, now what? And then what are the key tools I need to get my operations going? And then today's session was focusing on this third part around the tools and processes to reach constituents at scale. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to reach as many people as possible. It's mathematically impossible to reach all 80,000 people. You're trying to do this efficiently and build the relationships who will then reach out on your behalf to their additional networks. And then adding data and tools to measure this, test this, and improve it for everybody. And so basically the way we set it up, everyone today, we will, if you're interested, we will meet with you and give you a free Prism data consultation to get a sense of who are your key segments and where do they live in your area, so you know where to first target. And Future of Engagement, it's a community-run, membership-based organization. Some of the tools that our members have, we have website templates that are optimized for political campaigning, and the backends to get donations, to get volunteers. We have a template that's easy to use for everybody. We have guides and resources. We will also set up a Slack workspace for you and help you manage it to effectively communicate and privately about within your team around campaign mobilization and issues. As well, Future of Engagement provides its members with a dedicated Gmail. So when you're doing these follow-ups, one of the big red flags we've heard from voters is when they see a candidate, send them an email from a Gmail account. That's a big no-no. You don't want like fuzzybunny@gmail.com. You want a very dedicated email like haman@votehaman.ca. And so we will, as long as you guys have a domain set up, or if you don't, we will help you. We will give you put in all of your data, keep it secure, limit the access to only the people who need to see it, and that's just provided to all of our members. And you can have an unlimited number for campaign teams. As well, we provide ongoing technical support, so that's will be available for those who want it, who sign up for it. We're available in your Slack to help you answer questions, troubleshoot technical challenges. We do monthly meetings for campaign technology strategies to not just figure out, okay, this is how I'm collecting data, but how do we make it more efficient to turn some of the weak supporters to stronger supporters, to launch on takers, to donors, as well as ongoing Prism data consultations. As we mentioned, that data is updated on a month-to-month basis, and we're on top of it, and we want to make sure that as trends happen and new information comes out throughout the campaign, that we're able to adapt effectively, as well as auditing the current lists that you have for areas that can be improved. For example, are your different volunteers putting in birthdays in different ways? We literally talked about this on our campaign like 7 times, and at the end, when our data person looked at it, all the birthdays were in different formats, and we weren't sure if one was a month, one was a date. So we'll be there to help audit your campaigns for those who sign up for ongoing technical support. And so in terms of membership, it's an application process. We will share with you the application link, and as mentioned, we prioritize working with underrepresented candidates, and one of our big values is that candidate will be supporting and representing their community and doing better for their community when they're in office, and as well, they don't impede on any other underrepresented communities' right to exist or right to live. And as well, there's technical tools that we provide additionally. And so generally, we provide these services on a regular basis for like $50 a month and $200 for the ongoing support. However, right now we have gotten the resources to be able to subsidize 5 campaigns to be able to access these tools at a reduced fee, given that it has been subsidized, and we look to be able to continue our fundraising efforts to be able to allow more candidates. However, we invite as many of you to apply. And for anyone who is not even able to afford the regular or even the subsidized membership due to financial barriers, don't let that be a barrier for you applying. We do have resources available for those who can demonstrate a financial need.
Yeah, we just want to reiterate that, like, we're here to help. We want to do our best, but it is a nonprofit, so we have to it somehow exist, and so we try to fundraise and bring in donors to help subsidize these, so we can reduce the costs as much as possible. Yeah, and so we're just wrapping up here. I'll put the form into the chat. I know we got the next speaker coming on in just a second. So that's the form if you'd like to apply. Really excited to chat with all you. We'll also follow up with Velma and send over how to book that session for the consultation on the Prism data. Really excited to meet all of you. Excited for the change you're all going to create. And thanks so much, Velma, for having us in.
So I know Tristan McDonald is waiting. Do we have any questions for the team before they go? Or I know some of you asked some questions during no questions. All right.
We're available on email after. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.